Yes, John, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? Unbelievable.
Yeah, listen, I suppose it's obviously all the more joyous for us, but I've been here in '94, '96 when we were unsuccessful, and they were difficult days, very difficult days you never forget. And today it's going to be a memorable day for all the right reasons. So very grateful.
What was it like last night, the celebrations? What time did you get to bed?
I don't honestly know, but we had a wonderful night, a lovely meal, and listen, it was very relaxed, and we had all our friends and family there, and it was as it should be, and as we might have always imagined it, and yeah, just a great night, one that we'll remember for a long, long time.
Yeah, there's lovely scenes at the minute in here in the lobby. A lot of the lads have their kids there, their wives, their family, their moms and dads. It's really something else.
Yeah, listen, we are one big family, really, and I know that's a cliche if you like, but it is real. We are very, very tight, and there's a great connection there between all of our families and the group, and we like to, acknowledge that as often as we possibly can. And I suppose in the darker days, it makes things manageable, and we know that there's great support around the lads as well. So, yeah, listen, today is a special day, and it's great to be here. So we're very, 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 very privileged.
And in one way, are you making up for lost time? Obviously, with COVID not being able to celebrate properly.
Yeah, I think we've 3 to celebrate now. Yeah, listen, we came back in 2020. We got off the train, onto a bus. We were bused home, straight home. It was an incredible thing to happen. You go home that night and you arrive after winning in All Ireland, and you're saying, like, God, is that it? Yeah. And we didn't scarcely budge outside the door for weeks after that, because of the time it was. Last year, in fairness, we had a couple of good days, but at the same time we had to be very cognizant of the way things were, so you had to be respectful, if you like. Whereas I think this time around now, the shackles are off. We'll let them go wild as they want to now for a couple of days. They deserve it, and they've earned it, and it's important that they celebrate it too together as well. So delighted for them that they can do that.
And to do 3 in a row and 4 in the last 5 years, it takes an incredible team to be able to do that. You can win it once, but to keep winning it is another thing.
Yeah, sure, listen, in 2017, if you said to me we'd win one, I'd have snapped the hand off you and been forever happy and grateful, to have had that. But yeah, they're an incredible bunch. Paul has done just an awful serious job with these lads, in terms of the coaching and developing them as players, and from a skill set, from a physical perspective. But I think as people they've developed as well over the years, and they're incredibly strong and resilient mentally. Caroline has done a super job there. But we're very proud of them, and they're still young.
Yeah.
It's not over.
No.
I can assure you that. There's lots of hunger there, as you saw in the last 10 minutes yesterday. The appetite is there. They will need to switch off now, but they'll go back to their clubs and they'll enjoy that, and they'll go toe to toe with each other there. But yeah, listen, I think they'll all have a little eye to the piece around the corner, and next December, maybe January, when we come back together again.
And for you, was this the dream as a Limerick man to be able to go back and to bring them to All Ireland titles?
Gosh, listen, I'm just very privileged to be doing the job I do. I'm not, believe me, I don't design the sessions. Paul does all that. I don't look after him in the gym. Carver does that. Mikey did it before him. Joe did it before him. We've had lots of great coaches in working with them. I'm just very privileged to be the leader, I suppose, of the group. It comes with responsibilities, and there's tough days too, but I'm surrounded by fantastic people who make this job really enjoyable, and we have great fun. We spend a lot of our time laughing and having a crack. It's hugely important, and we have great laughs at the smallest of things, yes, but we have great fun, and we're very fortunate. We've met some fantastic people along the way. Yeah.
And Kieran, obviously he had those injuries this year, and then to pick up that ankle injury when he had the hamstring and he was coming back from it, it's devastating for him. Were you able to talk to him, I suppose, before the game?
Well, listen, it happened last Sunday. The latest injury happened last Sunday. It was a significant injury. We thought it was even more significant than what it turned out to be. He will be okay, but it'll take a few months. But there's a bit of a fright element when something like that. When a significant injury happens in training, it affects everybody. But the one thing was, on the day Kieran was taken off the pitch, but the lads just drove on in the rest of the session. if anything, they drove it way beyond where it was at that stage already, and it was a mark of their mental strength and their commitment to it, you know. And we have a phrase within our group, you know, it's next man up always. No matter who goes down, it's next man up. And that philosophy, if you like, you know, is real within our group. The lads know we trust them, no matter who, you know, is called upon. We always trust them to do the job, and that trust, I think, shone through yesterday. So that was really for Keane, to be honest with you. It was all for Keane, because he's a huge leader within our group. He's our moral compass, if you like. He's our spiritual compass. He's just our natural leader within the group. You know, himself and Declan are incredible leaders, so we're just very fortunate to have them. And even though he was injured, he contributed hugely to what happened yesterday.
And it was nice to see him up on the Hogan stand with Declan lifting the cup.
It was special, and I didn't know that was going to happen.
Okay.
They did all that themselves, and so thrilled they did.
Yeah.
It was very fitting, very fitting. So thrilled for him. Yeah.
I won't keep you much longer, John. I know there's loads of people in there wanting to meet you, and you have fans here as well, looking to get pictures. And that's the lovely thing, the Limerick fans. The noise yesterday in Croke Park was absolutely electric.
Yeah, you know, when the teams turned back from the Cusack towards the Hogan,
Yeah.
that was incredible. It was special, and I was actually saying to myself, go on, louder, louder, you know. And there was times before you might be a little bit afraid almost of that shout, of that roar, but now we embrace it, and it empowers you, it strengthens you, it emboldens you, and our lads really, really love that piece. And it's the piece of the day that I personally take the most pride in, because when I watch the players parade around the field, you know, the job is over really. You know, our effect on the day is minimum, tiny, right? We have a few decisions to make, that's it. The rest happens thankfully inside the white lines. But from I suppose, somebody who cares deeply about these guys, you're just as proud as a parent might be, if you like, you know, watching them parade around the field, because you say, listen, yeah, we've gotten them to this point. They'll look after themselves from here. They'll be fine. But it's a real moment of satisfaction. Yeah.
It feels like that. You're saying proud as a parent. It feels like that when you talk to the lads, how they talk about you, and even the way you're speaking about them now.
I don't know if that's the way they think about me, but yeah, listen, we've shared a lot of good days and tough days, and you know, we'd like to think that along the way we've helped them to become, you know, the people they are, and helped to shape them, and you know, help them to be as successful off the pitch as they are on the pitch. That's really important to our group, and our lads thankfully have done really well off the pitch as well, in terms of their studies and their careers. And you know, it's a constant piece of work, but it's something that matters an awful lot to us, that they have a good life after hurling, as well as when they're hurling.
It's nice
and
you think about that.
God, it's very important.
Yeah.
It's actually hugely important. It's as important as the hurling. So very happy to, you know, just encourage them and support them, acknowledge them in any of that work that they're doing off the pitch as well.
So back to Limerick now this evening?
Back to Limerick this evening, isn't that something else? Imagine that.
Open top one?
Yeah, we'll go to Crumlin I think now for an hour and meet, there's a couple of kids there. We want to go and support those families as well. And it's important today that we, you know, that humility piece is really important. You know, it's an awful grounding experience. It's difficult, but you know, those people are going through those situations, and it's important that we give them that little 5 minutes of release from that situation that they're in, because that's all they need. And that's a really important piece. I will do that, and then we'll head to Limerick. Can't wait to go back to Limerick. Yeah.
You're excited.
We've 3 homecomings in one.
Yes.
3 homecomings in one, and I won't be getting the bus home tonight.
Thanks, John. You're always so good with your time. I appreciate it.